So we have a large immigrant population. In fact, one of the things that we learned after the Lahaina fire was that 30% of the people that were impacted were immigrant families. Obviously, because of where we're located, there's a large Pacific diaspora that like Tongans, Samoans, Filipino, large Filipino population, Japanese, Chinese, Thai. So those folks are usually typically more like legal immigration, like family-based petitions, and Filipinos have been embedded in the community. So Hawaii has always brought in immigrants in waves. And so the older immigrant groups that are more embedded are now starting to petition their family members, and sibling petitions that were filed in the 80s and 90s are
Yeah.
starting to ripen. But then there's newer waves of immigration. So there's the Compact of Free Association, or COFA, and that is an agreement between the United States and the Micronesian Islands. So that's the Federated States of Micronesia, the Marshall Islands, and Palau. And that agreement allows for them to come to the United States with just a passport. They don't need a visa or anything, and they can live and work here
Oh,
indefinitely.
wow.
They don't, there's no pathway for them to have lawful permanent residence, but
Interesting.
they do come here to access better healthcare and better education opportunities. And in exchange for that, the United States has big military bases there, and it's a strategic location for us, especially offsetting Chinese aggression. So that's one big population is COFA, the Pacific population. And then there's also an unknown but very significant Mexican, Central South American population. People don't realize it, but we have a huge Mexican community here on Maui. They have quinceañeras, they have Spanish language church services, and we also have a big cohort of Guatemalans here on Maui. And then there's a lot of Hondurans on the Big Island, which is the next island south of me. I have an office there too in Kona, and they come over to work in they're like migrant farm workers. They work in the coffee plantations because the Big Island has Kona coffee. So they have a lot of coffee workers. And then, so yeah, that's pretty much the immigrant picture. Lots of significant Mexican, Central South Americans, Brazilians, Argentinians, and then the usual Pacific Islander
And
diaspora.